Hi! Welcome back. And now it's time to begin our game.
Game time.
Once again.
No fun about it.
So, here in the midst of the street-side chaos of the Lantern Spire and Drusar, inspecting what seemed to have been a series of thefts here within the Prudage Textiles warehouse, the group has divided. We have one troop involving, if I recall correctly, Fresh-Cut Grass, Imogen, and Orem heading to the inside after meeting one of the dwarven employees at this warehouse. We have Ashton and Laudna and Dorian currently making, and you're going as well with them?
Standing out front with Bertrand.
All right.
Ready for my carrots. Looks like rain.
Investigating the outskirts of the warehouse, and then, of course, Fern and Bertrand just staring into space. Hell yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and begin with the interior troop. So, Fresh-Cut Grass, Imogen, Orem, as you step inside and your eyes adjust to the shift from exterior bright daylight to the shaded interior with a couple of oil lanterns kind of flickering on the sides, you're immediately hit with the smell of musty clothing and dust. There's very much kind of an almost pungent smell of probably old mildew that's been long cleaned out but not entirely and kind of just left a lingering smell. There is a faint bit of patchy carpet. You can see where a number of rugs have been laid down over time to leave a comfortable kind of spongy texture to the ground as you step. Ooh. But stepping through the initial hallway, it opens up into a large warehouse. You can see about a little over 2 stories tall, and there are some catwalks along the sides where you can see all sorts of small rolls of various like thick rugs and some sort of an embroidered material, all manner of different strange bolts that you can't quite make out in this distance in low light. You see some ladders situated to the right and left and a number of boxes. It's not incredibly cram-packed. You can see there's a few things kind of shoved off to the sides and a handful of like larger crates kind of in the middle. And you can see there are 3 other individuals that are in the process of working through the interior. The dwarf that led you in is currently taking his gloves off, and is going to go wash his hands in a basin on the side after handling dead rodents. You do see one male human, probably in his 50s or so, kind of a slight balding comb-over. He's in the process of currently closing one of the crates and has one arm, a bunch of pieces of cloth kind of draped over it and wrapped around that he's taking to another location. You see a female gnome with kind of a bright shock of red hair who has a stack of papers and is the process of going around and making notations and kind of keeping an eye on everyone else within the space. And then on the far back right-hand corner, you see what looks to be a very tall, lanky female dragonborn of black scale that is kind of in the process of looking busy, but you can see is also just kind of keeping an eye on the gnome character facing the other direction, and is just kind of moving things from one part to another and then moving them back. And then they all seem to kind of, one after the next, notice your arrival at the interior as the dwarf goes like, "Hey, we got some visitors asking around here. Think it's a business thing."
You said you were gonna get your boss?
Right, Dennis! And he goes and points over, and the Dennis.
Oh, yes, he's Dennis is in this motherfucker.
High fantasy Dennis.
No, Dennis is a late game protagonist. Be patient. All fall before the Dennis. Dennis, the female gnome turns around and goes, "Oh, right, sorry, I didn't see you come in. Well, what can I do for you?" And she comes up and kind of tucks her stack of papers under her arm with this bright smile.
We're interested in purchasing some of your fabrics and textiles for a shop we're opening up over in the Core Spire.
Oh, all right.
I've never visited this establishment before. Is it possible to take a look around and see what kind of a stock you hold?
Sure, yeah, certainly. I'll go ahead and just feel free to look about. I'll just trail behind you if you answer any questions if you have any.
Wonderful. And your name was Danis?
Danis.
Thank you so much.
That is correct. No, by all means, looks back and kind of glances past your shoulder. Gerudo! I can see you. Keep working. You see the Dragonborn kind of like spits on the ground and starts gathering up another pile and shifting it over the shoulder with a heave and begins working. The dwarf goes ahead and finishes washing his hands and goes and starts walking up one of the ladders and going up across the top catwalk area before sitting and just resting for a second. The other human you could see, who's kind of a bulky fella, kind of muscular with a softer layer around it, but definitely you could see he's seen some hard work in his day with the faint comb over. He finishes closing up one of the crates, goes and drinks a bit of water from a small metal canister, and then goes and takes a seat on one of the nearby stools, kind of just taking a rest and wiping the sweat from his brow. What would you like to do?
I'll just ask Orem and Freshy to look at the stock, and make sure that all the fabrics seem high quality, I guess.
Sure.
While I ask Danis, is this a normal amount of employees y'all usually keep here?
Oh, that's right.
And how often do you get new stock in?
Not too terribly often. This is more of a storage facility, not quite most place of business. This visit's a bit curious, but
I was just told to come here and look around,
who told you?
My employer, Madam Shadana. You might not have heard of her. She's new to town. She's opening a store over in the Core Spire.
Make a deception check.
Have guidance.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Guidance gives me a D4.
Yep.
I know.
Oh, and it's a 4.
16 plus 4, so 20.
Right. Oh, okay. Not the orthodox method, but happy to facilitate if we can.
She's new to town. You know how it is. A lot of times they're just working their way around, figuring it out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to look around and ask any questions. And she just kind of like sticks to you as you begin to wander around. And if any of you begin to, are you guys separating? Or are you staying in one clump?
We were told to go around and inspect the wares, so I'm gonna just go around and look at textiles. Not quite sure what I'm gonna look for.
As I say that, I say to you, in your mind, you hear, look for signs of any sort of burglary, stock that might be missing, crates that look like they've been broken into. And then I'll repeat that over to Orem in his head.
And I'm going to start wandering, meandering my way over towards the stock near Garudal, I think you said her name was.
Point of order. Is this the first time that you've placed your thoughts directly into the mind of either of these people?
Yes, it is.
You suddenly hear Imogen's voice emitting directly into your brain, sourceless, loud, like it is just emanating in your mind. It's a bit shocking. And then you slowly continue.
Does it have like an echo in your brain because you're like it's metallic?
It sounds like this.
Go, 110
Go check for missing stock.
So you head over past where Garudal
I'm going to
is?
start looking into any open crates near Garudal.
Okay.
Get closer.
All right.
And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can detect the presence of any thinking creatures that I can't see in the establishment
Nice.
Okay.
within a 30-foot radius.
You've got it. All right. Are you subtly casting this spell? Does it have verbal and somatic components?
Look, I've never done this before. It says VSM.
So if you're trying to be subtle about this, we're going to have to make a sleight of hand check.
All right, let's do it.
And you're already a curious position because having an automaton wandering the interior of the business, you can see there is a specifically the male dwarf and the male human are both kind of keeping an eye on you as you roll by. But go ahead and make a sleight of hand check if you want to try.
boy.
With your big mechanical
18.
bus arm.
18. You kind of jostle by and quickly kind of mutter to yourself, and you begin to cast Detect Thoughts. And where are you headed, Imogen?
Oh, I'm just walking around fully next to Danis and just picking up different whatever the fuck is in here.
Are you playing distraction or are you also investigating?
I'm playing distraction mostly to keep her sidetracked, asking questions about the stock, asking questions about like how often do y'all rotate out your storage? I mean, do you get, how many buyers do you have?
Well, not really about like lots of buyers per se, but wherever the information is where the materials are sold out to those who are inquiring from a business storefront, kind of what you're saying about. Let me go ahead and continue those businesses. We have many of these come imported from all over the wilds and beyond, and we just go ahead and sort them, for the business and ensure that they're taken care of and kept in a dry space until they're needed, or, you can start to kind of rattle off the business elements. In the interim, you cast Detect Thoughts, you begin to kind of loosen your concentration a bit, and you pick up sources of intelligence of everyone within the room, a handful of individuals that you quickly make out to be your companions. Nothing beyond that out of the ordinary within your 30-foot radius.
Okay.
You can make an investigation or perception check.
I'm going to make a perception check, and I also want to get within conversation range of Garudal.
Alrighty.
And this is an advantage. That is a 20.
20. All right. As you begin to wander in Garudal's direction, you can see there are 3 crates that look like they haven't been here for a while. There isn't a layer of dust heavily placed on them, and you can quickly make out that a lot of these are here for the long haul. This is definitely a storage place for kind of offloading of, not to say unpopular textiles, but the things that are more situationally useful. Okay. But there are these 3 larger crates that do not have anywhere near the layer of dust that are around here. So more recent arrivals.
And how close are they in relation to Garudal?
They're maybe 10 feet away.
Okay.
Garudal, you can see at this point, is kind of finished moving this large batch and closing one of the upper kind of crates, the smaller ones in the top, and setting out on the ground, takes the wrap around her arm and begins heading over to prepare it in some way for delivery.
Okay. Are those crates open, the ones with the least amount of dust on them, or no dust on them?
You can't tell from here.
Oh, okay. What in here moves the fastest?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, just trying to get a beat on demand. Like, what sells fast?
Well, I mean, all sorts of regular linen. And there's, when we get silks in, they go pretty quick.
It's okay if I take a look in these?
Glances past you, and Dennis, who is currently, we're helping you, looks over.
Yeah, sure.
She kind of wipes the edge of her snout. You can see a little bit of kind of residue work-based snot kind of trail off a bit like a string before vanishing, and then takes a couple steps away and crosses her arms and kind of just keeps an eye, not on you directly, but the space doesn't seem like heavily invested necessarily.
Okay.
Gargoyles. I'm going to use my action if I can to move focus of the detect thoughts onto. I guess if Garudal is the one who's in the room with us. I guess.
There's Garudal. There's the Dennis. There is also the male dwarf and the male human. They're both kind of taking a break. They both kind of, whatever their bustle is, they both kind of clean up a bit or sat down or just kind of not letting their work get in the way of an impromptu showroom.
And none of them look particularly suspicious, I would imagine.
Not at a glance. They all look like they're working class folk.
Well, because Garudal is talking to Orem, I'll use that as an opportunity to sort of peer into her thoughts.
Garudal's?
Yeah, her surface
Oh,
thoughts.
are you talking to Garudal?
Is that what?
I just was talking to Garudal.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dragon.
Just surface level thoughts. I'm not probing too deep.
You got it. So checking on here, the
I need a
individual
tissue.
gets a wisdom saving throw, correct?
I don't know if you do that for surface level thoughts.
You can try and probe deeper when you focus on somebody.
Okay, yeah, I'll probe
Yeah.
deeper.
So the surface thoughts you get from Garudal, which you do get for the casting a spell. It's just more of like,
Yeah, well, I'll take the distraction. At least I don't have to work while people are around. Wish I can go out and smoke my pipe.
Okay. How tall are these crates?
For you, they're a little over your head, but they're about 5 foot tall on any given side.
Grouped together?
Loosely, like they're not like
Loosely.
pushed together tightly. They're just in the same vicinity.
Okay.
It looks like whatever these new arrivals either came together or came in rapid succession. Were kind of relegated to one specific area as the new
Okay.
arrivals.
Can I open them, being 3'3"?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'm gonna walk around out of eyesight of Garudal and just kind of squat down and go and land on one.
Okay, you land on the crate.
And then I'll walk over and try to. Can I get over a nearby one, or are they too far?
From on top of, are you getting on top of one of the actual
I
crates?
want to open one, but I can't open one that I'm standing on.
Correct. I'd say you could probably get to one of them.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
All right, I can do that. Athletics. That is it's a natural 1, which I get to re-roll because I'm a halfling, motherfucker.
Stupid rule.
That is 22.
22. So this looks like it was opened and then resealed, but the second resealing process was just nailing some of the nails back in their place, which means it wasn't that much of a strong seal. So with that, you and easily kind of lift one edge up, and as that one lifts, the other sides lift, and the lid is open. This crate is at your disposal.
All right, what fineries do I see?
I don't know why.
Looking inside here, you see some cloth bolts and material, but it's very simple. It's cottons. It's just standard everyday, fabrics like burlap and general breathable common folk clothing. And you can actually see clothing in there as well, not just bolts of material and cloth, but there are shirts, there are long blouses, there are a number of other kind of even smaller sized.
And nothing weird or squirrel away in there?
You can make an investigation check if you want to dig around inside.
Sure. Oh, wow, that one looks good. Interesting texture. That is a 17.
A 17, okay. Kind of pushing past like pairs of dhoti pants and some other elements, you can see sacks of.
What are dhoti pants?
It's a type of kind of like a wrap pants from
Sounds so cute.
like Eastern Asia area, India specifically. And others are in the vicinity. You find a few small sacks that contain food, like dried figs and some grains in there. It's a bit strange to find in a textile place. There is definitively, as you kind of step around and look around one of the other edges, the edge that you didn't force through, there is splintering. There are signs of forced entry on that side of the crate itself. And as you kind of look back down to where things are, everything in here seems untouched, except for this gap in the center, where it's almost like a folded pit, where something was once here and is now gone.
Okay. I look over at Gordal. It's good.
Yeah. We do good work.
So something was here, something was hidden within and removed, is the appearance I'm picking up.
Glancing around, because you rolled pretty decent investigation, there's an oddly minimal amount of goods taken here. Like if someone was coming here to steal whatever was in here, they only grabbed like a few armfuls of anything. But also,
It's like hiding drugs and coffee.
yeah, you only looked at one of these crates. You do also notice there's a strange, odd residue, kind of as you kind of push through, and the things in this kind of pit area are a bit loose. Everything is packed pretty tightly, and that center area is kind of loose bundles of cloth and shirts. And as you kind of look inside, there is this odd, almost like crumbly like a gravel-like residue around the inside of it. It's hard to tell the color without some proper light.
Okay.
Just light up your dagger.
That's the wrong guy. Cool. I spy Imogen in the room and call out, I think she might like these. Good pattern.
Good to know.
Fresh cut grass, what are you doing?
If are the others all within sight range of me? O-Town, Danis, and the human male?
The human male, the dwarf, his name is Oten, though he did not introduce himself yet. That was a slip on my end, but his name is Oten. But also, let's say with the spell, you learn their names, because that's the thing that can happen when you read surface thoughts. They're all within 30 feet of you.
Laura.
Hey, some people are very self-centric, so yeah.
Your own name.
I'll pick that human male and sort of shift the spell
All right,
over to them.
You pick up the name Carrick.
What?
Carrick.
Carrot.
Karrock.
Not carrot. Didn't we have a carrot?
Yeah, we knew a carrot.
People have the same name in the world, guys.
There is only one Dave.
Dennis, meet Dennis.
Only one can survive. You get a bit of the thoughts.
We're laughing at my terrible.
I just want to wait for my break.
Oh.
I'm tired. I'm almost done with my shift. I just want a piece of pie.
Oh, carrot just
Same,
wants
buddy.
pie. That's the thing.
Kill him!
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
That was Comb Over Man?
Yes.
That was Carrick, the human male.
Comb Over Man.
Yes, thank you.
As Danis is talking to me, I'm just going to send a message over to Orem. Did you find something interesting?
I start to think. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, but I can't see too well, and I'm hoping you can help me out.
Okay. I'll make my way over there. In a moment. Yeah.
Broke it up.
Yeah. And I'll say to Danis after she's done. So I'm taking from your information that we can actually purchase fabrics from another area and bring it here and store it. Then it can be like a holdover sort of situation.
With approval of Pudash Textiles and its owner.
Oh, great! Who's the owner of this?
It's more of a if you haven't made that connection yet, it's sort of a handshake deal. You got to come back once you figure that out.
Got it. A lot of stuff around here works like that. Funny. All right. But it stuff is safe here, right? I mean, y'all don't have a problem with theft. I know a lot of areas around here kind of do.
Well, things get stolen.
After I ask that, I'm gonna just open up my mind.
Okay.
How close are we to everyone else in this room? I'm hoping we're 30 feet away from everyone, but...
No, everyone else is within 30 feet.
Oh, shit. Well, there you go.
Well, are you using a spell slot, or are you...
No, I was
You're just using your ability?
Yeah.
Okay. Then...
That would be 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
Okay. Okay.
We can all talk while you say what.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and...
I rolled a 12.
Okay. Well, you do get to utilize the ability, but the load of whispers is becoming difficult to keep at bay.
Okay.
And so for the remainder of the day, any concentration checks are made with disadvantage until you get a long rest, as the oppressive thoughts of the world around you continue to push deeper and deeper into your mind against your will. But you are focusing, you have cast the detect thoughts.
Yeah.
And you are focusing.
I had just asked about any kind of theft situations.
Right.
surface thoughts are, who are these people? What are they asking about? I'm starting to think maybe this isn't maybe not much of a business deal. There's like a mistrust and a general kind of tense nervousness.
I hope you don't mind. Madame Shadana, she's had issue with this in the past, and, she just likes to make sure that her wares are safe.
No, I
obviously.
understand. Well, that's why we have Garudal and Karak here. There are watchers, both for physical labor and keeping eye to make sure people don't take things that don't belong to them.
Oh, good. All right. Well, that's wonderful news. Yeah, I'll just make my way over to Orem.
Very well. Dennis follows you.
Yeah.
I think what's in here is good for the line of coats that she was talking about.
Oh, great. Yeah, coats. Gets cold here.
Make a deception check.
No one wears coats here. I didn't say fur-lined parkas.
It can get chilly at night.
It's a big 5.
All right. This is more of because this is a continued period of
It's all
deception.
ruse, right.
It's all just kind of
Come look at the stolen hole.
yeah, ensuring there isn't any sort of weirdness that begins to go. So as you begin to come and help and inspect, you see the same interior of the crate, the same missing gap there, the same kind of grab of a few materials there, and that same kind of granular.
Can I just kind of take a handful or a little bit of the
Yeah,
grains
you can
and
grab a little bit.
pocket it?
Yep. Fresh cut grass. What are you doing?
I'm looking around at crates, but while I do, I'm going to shift that focus over to O-Town.
Okay. Well, first make an investigation check as you
Sure.
are glancing at other boxes and storage bins.
What is that? Is that a 1 or a 20?
That's a 20.
Natural 20.
Plus what for investigation?
-2.
Perfect. So an 18.
No!
Okay. You kind of glancing around some of the same kind of batch there over, you can see signs of very, very minimal breaking on the edges of the crate as well, like crowbar and damage set to it that are signs of either somebody just brusquely getting through if they're in a rush, or somebody who is attempting to unlawfully do so. But looking at the other crates around, you do not see signs of similar forced entry.
So there's one that sort of stands out.
Well, there's two that stand out beside the one that they're currently looking
Oh, cool.
at. While also focusing on Oten, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oten's-
Nothing at all.
So focusing on Oten, you get the first kind of surface thoughts, which are just kind of like a,
I don't know, like a cheese sandwich.
I don't
Like a goat cheese, like a still goat cheese. It's a little frothy. Yeah, so I like the froth. It's a bit chewy.
and then you try and peer past that. It's not digging much deeper there. If there are layers beneath it, it's got a strong will.
Why don't they constantly think about their crimes?
Goat cheese is pungent and overpowering.
Then I'll just walk over to that crate that I saw was messed with and try to, see if I can see inside.
Okay. It's a bit tall,
Oh.
but with your with your arm extension, you could probably like try and push it over. It won't be subtle, but
I don't care. I'll just do it.
Alright.
They know we're here looking at stuff.
the lid crashes over on the opposite side.
got it!
A little bit of dust around the edges of it slowly settles. You kind of have to clamber up to look down inside. The interior of here looks like it is a number of deep, rich browns and greens in thicker material. Nothing extremely fancy, but definitely a step up from the standard streetwear. Similarly, there is a pocket kind of nearest the corner to you where you can see some of the bolts have kind of been unrolled slightly, and there is a little bit of an opening in there.
Can I reach down there and sort of fish around?
You feel around, you feel more material and the same kind of granular residue. Just a little bit. Just like slight elements. of it.
Can I don't want to take up too much turns over here, but
Go for it.
can I cast Identify on... Oh, is that going to be a thing? Or are they going to... VSM? Shit. Oh, but wait, this is... I can ritually cast it. I don't know if
That'll
that...
You
add 10
can.
minutes to
It'll
it.
add 10 minutes to it.
Matt, I forgot that I had guidance on me, and that.
Well, guidance is one use.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
No worries.
Is it only sorcerers that can do silent casting?
If they have the right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Magic,
sorry.
yeah.
This is not a cast spell. This is from an object. I have a lens that can go over one of my ocular sensors.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Make believe is cool.
And it's the goggles of object reading, so it can cast Identify.
Correct. You still have to cast the spell, though.
Got it.
There is still an initiation. It just allows you to kind of focus the spell through it as opposed to the energy coming
Got
from
it.
you.
1
Oh,
minute.
cool.
That's
So-
really cool.
Show up
So
with
you
your
can still cast it as an
lenses.
action, but
the Terminator
you
HUD.
definitely have to see if you can keep it subtle as well.
Okay.
You can do it.
I'll try.
All right, make a sleight of hand check for me.
Am I good at these?
It's a weird
guide
robot
yourself.
doing weird robot
I didn't
things.
know that. 16. 16.
16, okay. As far as you're aware, maybe nobody saw you, but you go ahead and the spell begins to take hold, glancing at this, in the dark shades of the space, the color goes from like the dull, lightless gray to a somewhat vibrant sky blue color almost, like a light cerulean. And it's a dull piece of broomstone.
Do I know what that is, maybe? Or no?
Make an Arcana check.
Really good. Oh, okay. So it's a -2 to Arcana. But it also says advantage on intelligence checks made to reveal information about a creature or object you can see.
Correct. So roll again.
Okay. It's not going to be much better than the 19 I rolled, so I'll take the 19. -2, 17.
Broomstone is a very, very rare substance. It is the only sources of it that are known currently are very, very heavily controlled, largely by the Allsphere Union, which operates out of Ank'Harel. And the broomstone was utilized in the Age of Arcana as the basis for the various floating cities in the Magocracies that would pass throughout the world. The destruction of these cities have led to mining operations to control the remnants of recovered broomstone, which have now been used to create the sky ships that sail across the many continents in the world. And they are the blue stones that are embedded in sky ships to keep them aloft.
So, and this is just Liam asking, and maybe you can't answer this, but so there's no like mining of this or fetching of it now. It's just going back to what people from the past had. That's the one
That's known of.
that's known of.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like most places where it's been found it's been recovered from some of these fallen cities or other devices that utilized it.
Got it.
Any natural source that has been untapped, you have no idea.
No idea. Cool, but I don't know that.
While you're having these revelations, the group wandering the exterior of the warehouse. So, Dorian, you and your compatriots, Laudna and Ashton, what would you like to do?
I want to briskly, but with an eye out, kind of head towards the back of the warehouse and see what's going on back there.
Not too briskly.
Not too
Draws
briskly.
attention.
Okay.
We're a lot.
You are.
Yeah.
It's me or him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us.
If you were trying to go unseen, I would like you all to make a stealth check, please.
Pass without a trace.
Ooh, pass without a trace.
Oh,
Thank
my
you. Cacked. Kicked. Okay.
Sleight of hand.
20.
So enough.
20, great.
I'm very flashy. 11.
Is
Yeah,
that with the
plus
plus 10?
Oh, with a plus 10. No.
Yeah,
That's
10.
21.
You watch as you step around the alley, Ashton concentrates for a second, and all the shadows seem to grow deeper around you, and you feel unnaturally shielded within the darkness. So you get out a +10 to your stealth check.
Seeing what Ashton is doing, Laudna immediately falls into step and just kind of sinks into the shadows with a 26.
Great. So that's a 21 on your end?
Yes.
All right. You all begin to shift around the alley corner and to the back side of the warehouse. And you can see there is one other entrance to this warehouse. It is a singular door, but it is, it looks to be sealed and barred. There are 3 metal bars that are kind of welded across the front in some way.
And as we're walking around, I'm just going to drag my fingers along the edge, just to have them there.
Okay,
Edge of the thing.
you got it.
Sealed and barred?
Seems to be, just from a glance.
How I'm gonna get a little closer, like someone decided to close this and that it shouldn't ever open again, kind of sealed and barred.
So you can make an investigation
I'm
check.
making
Look
an
into the
investigation.
details around it.
This is gonna suck because my investigation sucks. Hey, never mind. 18. I roll real
Not
high.
too bad. As you both kind of keep a watch around, Ashton gets down low and starts giving some very dedicated attention towards this door. And as you look around it, one, yes, it was intentionally sealed. It looks like this building may have been repurposed as a warehouse, and whatever the previous tenant of it utilized this door, currently it is intended to be put into disuse. You can see it is a bit rusted at the edges, and the elements that do seal it were put in a long time ago.
Is there a lock behind the grate? Like, does the door itself have a lock besides just the metal bars?
You do not see any sort of handle at all. There is a small slit where it looks like it would maybe be slid open to one side, like it's on a track on the interior of the structure, but it is, all the metal bars are jammed into the ground from the exterior point, and there are parts of metal that have been melted to keep it sealed shut.
Cool. And are there any signs of life back here? Do people chill out back here? Like?
Make a perception check.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing this. This will be a great roll. Yeah, look at that. Perception check. What am I at? Oh, that's 12.
12, glancing about. Not much in this small alley. It's pretty tight, and kind of to the right and left of you, it hooks around and meets back to the, for lack of a better term, the central alleyway that these small little alcoves that surround the warehouse spring from.
This seems kind of private, though.
Yeah, it's fairly private.
All right.
I'm just gonna slip kind of down the alleyway and look at the joining alleyway and just kind of get a lay of the land.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way toward Ashton and sort of check out what he's checking out, sort of over his shoulder, investigate.
Okay.
Do I see any obvious path where people would enter or exit? Does it feel like they could be very secluded?
It looks like the front kind of double doors that lead to the entrance, the labeled where your 3 friends went into, is intended to be kind of the bottleneck entrance and exit, from the ground floor perspective at least. Looks like what was once the opposite side door is the one that's sealed. Would you go ahead and glance over Ashton's shoulder, and you can also kind of see how this is very definitively a long ago sealed exit from the structure.
This just might be a way in later if we have to be quiet about it. We could probably open this back up. Your friend. The fuck was that?
Look over here! Oh, look over
Think we're cool. Shit. Sneeze is the new fart.
Good. That was my last 20 seconds, by the way. I was like, don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Look in the lights. Look in the lights. Chewy!
That'll do it.
Didn't get on my glasses.
Sorry, spoken
If we have to, your friend's pretty good with fire. If we had to, we can burn through this, I think.
It feels like there's got to be an easier way, because how did others come in?
Probably through the front door. But we'll finish our roundabout. But if we want to come back at night, this might be a good way of not breaking in the street.
You're right, we don't know what's going on inside. I thought for sure you were going to suggest breaking and entering right away.
I like breaking and entering. It's a hobby.
You're more pragmatic than I thought.
Bless you.
Do I see, I'm going to look up, do I see any signs of physical distress on the building.
Make perception
Forced
check.
entry with my handy knowledge. Perception? 19 total.
Level 3's rolling high all game here.
Start combat, we'll kill that.
Yeah. The just over 2-story top, as you glance up the side of the building, like there's general wear and tear from just light and weather, though a lot of the buildings are built well to withstand a lot of the rain and the other kind of more extreme weather that comes through the Odiran Wilds. You can see elements of what look to be a rope ladder that went to the ceiling, but it looks extremely rotted. Like it only kind of comes down about 3 or 4 feet from the ceiling, so there's about a 15-foot gap or so before you can even reach up to it.
Do you think you could reach that? On jumpy jump game.
I think we could reach that if you wanted to. And I'm gonna pull my cloak back and click my heels together and reveal my boots that have wings on them.
That's fancy.
As an option. Your choice.
What are you suggesting? I hitch a ride?
Princess Carrie? Very uncomfortably scoop her up.
I just like spindly spider climb.
I feel her dead rat like brush against my thigh.
Yeah. It's like holding a scarecrow.
Yeah. She's very light.
She weighs 20 pounds wet. I mean,
Are you ready?
Yes. Get this over with.
All right. I'll click my heels together like Dorothy, and we'll try to float on up.
You both lift up towards the edge of that little rope ladder and up to the edge of the roof, and there on top you can see the lip along the very, very top of the structure. It's maybe about a foot high lip, and across the way you can see all manner of things that have been dropped here. One, you see all spatterings of long white dried bird and simurg shit that has just been kind of loosely piled and forgotten up here. Speaking of simurgs, as you guys do kind of come up into the light, you can already see 2 simurg riders of the Sky Wardens just kind of glancing overhead, doing their general patrol. If you would like to take a moment to avoid their side. So go ahead and both make stealth checks.
Oh no!
Do we still pass him on hand?
You are not within 10 feet of him.
Oh, shit.
Leave my.
Ooh, boy!
Roll better than me. Ooh! Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a natural 20.
yeah, natural 20. Yeah.
There it is.
All right, so
I
natural
roll a
20.
7.
Okay. Well,
I am going to take my cloak and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm going to cover her up with my cloak.
and now, which is great too, because as you get up onto the top of the roof here, the white dried bird and simurg shit and your white cloak wrapping around her does manage to cover the lightless dark spot that she would normally be from an overhead perspective. And you watch as the 2 Sky Wardens kind of pass and glide overhead. The massive crimson winged simurgs and their ever-watching hound-like heads kind of glancing past and making
They got dog heads?
yeah, simurgs.
I'm gonna keep walking around while they.
I'm an indoor kid.
Can you describe the simurg again?
Yeah, simurgs are these large, deep crimson, feathered, winged, almost hawk-like creatures, but the heads are, depending on the type of the lineage, range from dog to wolf-like, depending. And they're
Simurg.
a little more bird-like with a hint of dog.
Are they like joust? Like the things that you ride in joust?
Sure. Yeah, very easy to equate it to the 4-bit, 10 pixels of a creature. Yes, they look just like that.
Thank you.
Yes, they are indigenous to this area in Marquette, but the Sky Wardens here have a whole cluster of trained simurg that they utilize to keep watch over the many different spires of the city, as well as a handful that have them tamed and used as taxis throughout the different spires for those who have the money to pay. But you both wait for a moment. They pass on ahead, and you feel pretty confident in the moment to not be under siege.
I want to scan the roof for like a skylight to see if there's any like natural light coming in from the roof.
That's a good idea. I'll assist.
All right, so that's advantage for you. So, she's assisting, so you do have advantage in the roll.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you for your help.
What did you roll? I missed it.
It was a 5. I'm gonna need you.
Oh shit! Come on.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
missed
No. We're bad. We're very bad at this.
She's so fucking bright.
It's a 9.
Light.
It's a 9. Yeah,
You,
very squirmy.
you glance across
Do you
here.
have anything?
Nope, it's a 0.
For what? For
perception is a 0. Sorry.
Giving a pretty thorough glance, you see what looks to be an abandoned wasp nest.
Hopefully abandoned.
Hopefully abandoned wasp nest. What looks to be a sack or satchel of some kind that is just left to the elements on a far corner, but no signs of any sort of a skylight or entryway.
Get that satchel!
Yes, I'm. And
Kick the wasp nest.
She grabs the
5
dirty
gold.
satchel.
All right, you grab the satchel and you pull back, and as you do, you hear the sound as you partially tear it away from the elements of dried bird shit that have it kind of plastered to the roof, and it tears open as you pull back because it does not looks like through the constant rain and heat and moisture, it's just rotted. And
Nothing but platinum.
It's just shit. So it's Rebecca should have.
is there anything in there? Nothing.
It looks like there was some sort of a leather case, but it is covered in like a thick gray-black mold.
Of course.
I take the leather case.
All right.
All of this.
Lick it.
No! You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Do you have everything that you want?
Let's go.
All right. And I'm gonna slowly start hovering back down to the
Okay.
alley. Yeah.
While they're doing that, Ashton, what do you think?
I'm slowly making my way back around.
Okay.
It's never going away.
We gotta stop saying it.
We'll never will. Just slowly finishing my round to see if there's anything else to see, anybody watching the building, any other weird doors on the other side.
Okay.
And I'll kind of collect back in the front.
Nothing else catches your eye. There's no other interested parties keeping a close eye, any sort of shadows off in the corners based on your initial perimeter search before you gather up with the rest of your troop. In the interim, Fern, Bertrand, are you doing anything or are you just keeping watch?
Do you have a significant other?
No, not in a few years. I felt being independent was best.
It really is so nice to just do what you want.
You as well? Solo?
Do you have any children?
Not that I know of. You?
Not that I know of.
Do you have ambitions for family life?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. A little bit of a dangerous lifestyle that we lead for that, though.
Well, I know it is, but you have to settle down at some point, they say.
Oh, I've never heard that. By the way, we should be keeping an eye out for, is there anyone near us?
Make a perception check.
11.
Yeah.
We are kind of paying
I-
attention to a lot.
I'd like to see if there's anyone sort of, clocking us, taking us in.
Also make a perception check.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bertrand, you can look past the initial kind of alley entrance that led you to this kind of further corner deeper into this part of the neighborhood.
Also 11.
Yeah, 11.
No
Great.
Yeah.
Both of you glance over and see that there are people walking past the entrance to the alley. You can see the busy street a couple of blocks beyond is beginning to pick up in its kind of early afternoon bustle, but there's nobody in the immediate vicinity that's catching your attention as to be paying an eye towards you.
I think people are watching us.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
I just look around.
I don't see anyone paying particular attention to us.
Well, you need to pay more attention.
My eyes have gotten very poor.
It's okay. I can look for the both of us.
One thing to keep in mind,
Yes.
this Ivory Syndicate
Yes.
that Lord Esteros told us about.
Okay.
Our previous group was tasked with keeping an eye on them, and it went afoul. They're dangerous. Can I relay to her sort of what I've seen before in terms of what they look like or where they met, or if this could be anything that might be related to that?
Sure. I mean, and from your experience, there is very little kind of consistent, I think for lack of a better term, there's no uniform for the Ivory Syndicate. There is meant to be no real kind of personal demarcations so that it would be easy to suss out in a social environment. They work by looking like anybody. And it's only at certain gatherings, only at certain moments that those who are part of the faction come together, which is why it's so hard to trace. You do recall, actually make a history check for me.
17 plus 5, 22.
22. You do recall that there is a lot of speculation that the Chande Kor, the kind of anonymous grouping of various Han houses and nobles and powerful figures in the city that overlook and protect the people of Drusar and the greater Odiran Wilds. There is a lot of rumor and speculation that some members of the Quorum work directly with the Ivory Syndicate and keep them safe, keep them obscured, keep their business and dealings.
I'm sorry, Laura pranked me while I was eating trail mix.
Well done.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
What was the prank?
I just put food in my mouth and Laura kind of made it go bad.
So,
Don't joke.
Chande Kor?
Chande Quorum.
Chande
Referred to as
Kor
the
could be
Quorum.
working with.
The Ivory Syndicate.
May be working with the Ivory
There is a lot of rumor, speculation, and loud calls from the standard civilian who feels disenfranchised by the Quorum's protection and organization over the wilds that there is has to be some collusion because there's very little public presentation of any sort of aggression towards the Ivory Syndicate that has seen any fruit. There's been no public arrests of any high-level members, right? Either the Quorum's working with them, or the Quorum is not doing a very good job, or hasn't have the right people doing the job. But yes, that you do recall and can express on there.
So my hesitance to go inside could be from someone that maybe worked with the Ivory Syndicate, and my face might trigger something.
You know what I think we should do?
What?
I think we should kill them all. I'm just kidding.
Which? Who were you in that? Were you talking about the people inside the warehouse, or just everyone?
Unless you want to.
I don't remember.
Your sense of humor is very hard to lock down.
So I'm told. You don't want to go in there.
We can, but I would prefer to stay out.
In case they know who you are.
On the off chance. It's a huge syndicate, but still.
I think it's better to be safe that way.
Did you want to go inside?
No.
Why do I feel like you do?
I kind of do. But it's just, there's not a lot in there, I'm sure. I'm just gonna wait. I'm sure they're almost done.
Well, maybe they need your help. Maybe they're just shitting the bed inside. Maybe they need someone to really come in and shake things up.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go inside.
So Dennis is right there, kind of patiently, kind of watching and like occasionally making a note and watching you guys go through the crates as you all three begin to gather and You just make this revelation of what this material is.
I'm not with them though.
Right, you're about maybe 15 feet from the third crate in this area of the warehouse that was similarly more recently deposited.
Oh, Imogen, want to come check out the thread count of this one?
Well, sure.
You can see some of the figures in the room, Dennis and Otan specifically kind of go, I didn't realize it talks. I have a lot of talking automatons around here.
Oh, this is an advanced model?
All right. Impressive.
Thank you. Following orders.
Just don't even need a deception check. Like they don't know what to think. Nevertheless, you were.
I walk over there, and I'll mentally say to you, "What did you find?" Don't act weird. What did you find?
I'm going to think back to her.
At this moment, you enter.
Hello, I need your nicest materials for myself. And I need to see where you keep your nicest things.
Dennis kind of looks back at you, looks at. He's like, don't know how word got out there, but we're not really a storefront. Are you here as an individual?
As opposed to what?
A business. We deal directly with business distribution.
Oh, just myself. All
We
alone.
cannot help you, dear. I'm so sorry.
I need to be with a business?
Yeah.
Well, that's so funny. I am with a business.
And what business would that be, lass?
It's the
Orin falls on purpose.
Oh, sir!
Oh!
Are you okay?
No, I don't think I am.
Oh, the old slip and fall.
Actually. I was looking at these great bolts of fabric.
Your detect thoughts are getting close to fading. This will last for a minute for both of you, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh God, yeah. What is everybody thinking right now?
Well, it's all still surface thoughts. If you want to peer
idea.
specifically, you have one more chance to focus on somebody, if anything. Or you can just exit or go deal with this. I'm about to go.
I will focus on Dennis. I think that's the only one I haven't focused on yet.
Okay, focus on Dennis.
I'm gonna give myself 1d6 falling damage.
It's a strong will. When you get that from, like, Dennis's force of personality and how they kind of run, have very much fits like a managerial position here. What you catch is get them out, get them out, get them out, get them out. And not like in a rushed from embarrassment feel, in a I'm extremely uncomfortable with them here right now.
Okay. I'm gonna try to think at you.
Okay.
Can you hear what? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to think at you.
I can hear you thinking. What?
I found something very rare residue over there.
Yeah, we found the same thing.
But it's like it can float cities and stuff.
Oh shit.
And then also that gnome there is freaking out.
I know. I can tell. She is freaking the fuck out.
All right, have you found what you're looking for? It's been a lot going on.
I think I really hurt my back.
I can't hear him anymore because I'm focusing.
I'm thinking it so hard.
Someone noticed. Someone asked.
I can sort of hear from my periphery just out, clouding my thoughts.
Garudal, if you could be so kind as to help our friends here out, please do. If you'd like to have your business associates reach out to ours, the connections there I think will work out fine. We can go ahead and talk about what was your boss's name again?
Shadana.
Shadana. Have Shadana go ahead and reach out to the head of Prudage Textiles.
Of course.
And if we
And
can,
how late are you all open?
Oh, we close at sunset.
Sunset. Got it.
Right.
All right. We'll be reaching out. Thank you
All right.
so much.
No
for
worries.
your time.
Grudol! And the Black Dragon comes.
Hey, sorry, you gotta get out.
Of course. Can I just, while my thoughts are fading on the, I'm just gonna focus on Garudal as we're walking out.
Garudal, you get to peer a little deep past the exterior, and Garudal is definitely a bundle of wanting to be done with their shift. Definitely looking forward to seeing a show tonight. Looks like they have tickets to see a performance at the Dream Theater, and are very excited to go ahead and drink a lot and then heckle some people.
Nice. All right.
Eventually, you're all kind of pushed back out the door. The doors close.
I'll come back with my business.
No
All of
response.
them.
How much of the broom?
Oh, it's like
stone
a
were we-
faint.
like
It's
just a
it's like
brit?
a palm filled of Kettler. Like it's
Okay.
very, very small amount.
Just put it in a little satchel, along with whatever you grabbed. Yeah. Sure.
Are we all outside now? Did we all?
Those of you who are inside are there. The rest of you.
on the roof.
Yeah, Bertrand Bell would probably be right outside.
Right outside the door. Yep.
Yep, and the rest of you.
I'm hiding on the corner. I'm still stealth.
Yeah, imagine while they were doing this, we're kind of back huddled in the alley, waiting
Okay.
for them.
Okay. You see them all emerge, and the doors close behind.
Psst. Psst. What?
What?
Oh, come here.
Hi.
Over to the corner.
Yeah, we walk casually.
Suspicious at all?
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay, what did we gather?
Much too.
Very fruitful investigation in there. We found, well, I don't know what y'all found, but I found a crate that looked like it had been disturbed, and inside it had a residue of this very strange substance called broomstone.
Oh shit.
We found the same thing. I mean, I assume it's the same looking shit that you found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one, the gnome, was acting real suspicious-like.
I noticed that too.
So what do we do?
She didn't want us there.
Oh, what did y'all find?
I found this moldy case.
Have you opened it? What's inside of it?
I haven't yet. It's like a treasure trove.
What is that little wet spot on it?
I licked it. Would you like a sample?
I can't taste or smell.
You licked it with your tongue.
It's very cured. It's age.
Oh.
Make a great tea, honestly.
So you're going to open it? Or?
Yes. I open it.
The Sword of Kaz.
Make a dexterity save.
These loot boxes are bugged. Catch it next episode. Shit.
It's just the letter opener of
Yeah.
Kaz.
The catheter of Kaz. Sorry.
Did you mean to leave a comma?
Make a strength check.
What?
Oh, a strength check. Can you guide her?
Oh, man, do that. That's my
Just
job, right?
straight strength.
I will guide you.
She's already trying
All
out.
right, great. I will not guide you.
It's fine.
Not needed. She's a strong.
16, so 13 total.
Okay.
-3. Oh.
Yeah.
Her arm breaks.
Right, because I'm just using my modifier, right?
Yeah.
Ow. I open a bag of chips with the strength.
Yeah, it does tear open. There is some sort of not really a locking mechanism, but definitely a mechanism to keep it sealed, and it's rusted shut. And when you try and pull, it just tears the leather open. As it does, bits of like fuzz and other rotted kind of moldy elements kind of out in front of you.
Look, I broke a fingernail, and I just hold out a whole fingernail.
That looks like that.
You do hear the clattering of coin, though, and it looks like 12 silver and 10 gold fall from this case with some sort of a. And now you can look at the back of it. There are some loops where it might have been affixed to a belt, like a small wayside belt pouch, but the loops had fallen apart.
Nothing else? That's it?
Nothing else.
Someone lost their coin purse. But it was on the roof.
Why would they throw a satchel on the roof?
I think someone was up there.
There's also a door in back that's been sealed up. Might be a way in if we want to be sneaky tonight.
Dory and I found like a rope ladder situation leading up to the roof.
Didn't seem like there was any access, though.
And what about you, Bertrand Bell and Fern? What did you discover?
We learned a lot about each other.
Oh.
And that's about it.
Not much, actually.
We were just making sure that, nobody came in and attacked anybody, and we were security.
Someone's got to sit at the door.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're saying there was something suspicious inside?
Yeah,
Are we thinking that this is some sort of pass-through point?
I feel like, that's what it seems like, right? Unless, maybe not all the employees even know, but definitely someone in there has an idea.
The door we encountered, was it like a door into the main space, or was it like a cellar door? Did it feel like it went to the same space or somewhere different?
It looked like it entered into the same area, like it was on a track and once slid open to the side to let people in, like a heavy theater door that had been sealed a long time ago and had since been kind of left to rust and in disuse.
So you're thinking this is an inside job?
That's the vibe I got. I don't know. I just sensed that manager was pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, maybe we could catch them red-handed, or whatever. If we watch, stake out. I don't know. How does this work?
Yeah, it could be a front for something else. It would make sense they wouldn't do anything during the day. Perhaps under cover of night they'll show their colors.
Yeah.
Did they say how long they'd be here?
Close at sunset, they said.
No.
Are there any windows around on this building?
No.
Nothing.
There are oil lanterns within the interior that are placed intentionally far from any of the flammable textiles and materials, but the entirety of the interior is lit by torchlight.
Can anybody melt metal? Does anybody have the ability to melt metal?
Can anyone go invisible?
I could turn into, a crab or something
You
and walk
can?
in.
Wow.
That's pretty.
You can turn into a crab.
I can turn into pretty much whatever I want.
And I can pretty much make anyone invisible.
Whoa.
That is very true, which actually might be more helpful than a crab.
A crab sounds really fun, though.
What invisible crab?
But I don't know if I could understand what's happening
It's
in
like
there.
you're covering up your cleavage.
I know my titties are just so out there, so I want to make sure I cover it up.
I know. I get uncomfortable. I have to avert my gaze from Travis a lot of the time.
I give these arms a rest. Yeah.
There it is.
About what time is it?
I'd say between travel to and from the different spires, time spent casing the vicinity, it's mid-afternoon.
How long can you make someone invisible for?
I don't know. As long as I'm able to concentrate on it, maybe even.
Would you say duration about an hour, I think?
Yeah, I think so. I've got it here. Let me recall my arcane training.
It's all good.
Yes, up to 1 hour, Bertrand. Thank you for asking.
Not bad. Not bad.
Maybe right at sunset, you could turn one of us invisible, or yourself, and then as they're opening up the door to head on out, you could sneak in.
Brilliant idea. See? She's so brilliant.
Me?
Or anyone.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You talk right in there.
Yeah.
How far apart?
Quite a distance, actually. But it only lasts for a short amount of time. I mean,
We're talking like a couple of minutes, or
about 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, Ashton, don't be surprised if you hear Imogen's voice in your head because
You hear my voice in your head saying, "Oh hi."
what
can
if
do
you
that.
were invisible inside?
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
And you saw people coming in, and then you'd be able to reach out.
Only if I can see you.
Can you talk in my head?
I talk to you in your head. Oh hi, Fern.
So cool.
I think turning into a crab is pretty cool. That's all you hear in your head. I'm not saying that out loud.
And I can communicate as well for people, just not as silently as Imogen. And I cast a message to Fern, and I go, "You see what I mean?" And you can reply to this message.
I think in my head and I don't say anything out loud, which I don't know if that'll work.
Okay. Hello?
She said okay.
She said, "Okay, hello."
It's working?
Yes.
You don't hear anything from her. She's not speaking out loud.
Yeah.
The message, but you can read lips because she's 10 feet from you.
She said she thought it.
Yeah, she thought she replied to her message.
She replied to my message.
Well, let me double check.
I
Actually,
think messages are actually.
you actually have to actually speak
Oh,
it.
you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can whisper it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whispered.
Message is the it's the cell phone.
Yeah, you whisper it.
A lot of people out there know what's this?
Can't text, only call.
Operator?
Okay.
So wait,
We're doing a stakeout?
Stakeout.
some of us are staking out outside. Some of us are going inside. Who?
Well, how many
Music-
people can you turn
music
invisible?
I can make myself invisible. I can make any of you invisible.
One at a time or
One
multiple
at a time.
people?
Yes, and it's like embarrassment of riches, though. We have Crab, invisible, and I think Hammer versus Rusty Old Gate as well.
Thank you. How many of you have actually crimed before?
I mean, sort of.
Obviously. Really?
Oh, I mean, I've been around a while.
Mine was mainly on
Fair.
survival, though.
Right. We don't do it on a.
Well, what qualifies as a crime?
Something that if someone caught you doing, they could have somebody with a day job put you into a box and not let you go.
Generally
Exactly.
breaking the law.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering is.
So
Can you just keep re-upping the invisibility spell for as often as you need, or is there a limitation to how long you can do it for? Like if you go in at sundown, is it going to run out after 3 hours?
1 hour, and I have to concentrate the whole time.
And also, who's quiet, who's sneaky? Are any of us quiet? Well, yeah, that's fair.
I don't think I would be the one because I'm just not very quiet.
But if you're a crab, you're
But
probably
what
more
if-
quiet.
But the thing is, I think if I'm a crab, only crabs.
Turn into crab.
I don't know what it is. It's just
Circle of crabs. The literature in subclass.
Do you have the brain of a crab? Or do
I
you still have
think
your
I would
brain?
have the brain of a crab. so
Actually, no.
if they're
Druids.
not-
Druids.
You don't, that's
when you
different.
transform into creatures, you keep your
Thank
full
you.
intellect.
You're a very
Yeah,
small
you're
woman.
smart.
Or would you
Polymorph is different, but
It's not
actually,
polymorph.
Would
yeah.
you be a small crab or like
brain.
Yeah.
a big crab?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, made that mistake.
Yep, mothy.
Yep.
I'm writing that down. Okay.
Yep.
Do you become an actual like a small crab?
Well, I
Dungeness
could-
crab?
I
Blue
could-
crab?
I could be any type of crab. An Alaskan crab.
so if someone's leaving the building, if someone's
North of Asura. It's,
I imagine people
A
they'll leave
Lascano?
it open
Yes.
for a bit
Well-
as people are coming in and out, right?
traditionally, when they're leaving the business, they'll lock it up. And
Yeah.
the people leaving will either be leaving by themselves or maybe carrying a big package. And if they're carrying a big package, we can just, follow them, mug them. There's a lot of options. You can just take their shit, especially around here. It's pretty quiet at night. I'm still got fucking past all this trace up. I'm still kind of like low key.
well, that's for 10 minutes, right?
1 hour.
Oh, 1 hour? That's
Boom.
right. You were correct.
Checked. Ooh. And then if someone goes in and in the middle of the night and doesn't seem to be leaving, we can sneak in and maybe either pick the lock or break the door down.
Anyone
And
pick locks here?
kinda.
Kind of as well.
Does that mean hitting things with that hammer? Or?
No, I don't just hit things with the hammer. I like to mostly hit things with the hammer, but I can do some stuff.
It's a very nice hammer.
Thank you.
Maybe it's a better
It's custom
idea to let something get taken and figure out what the deal is.
Stakeout tonight. If we don't learn anything, sneak in tomorrow.
We could even early in the morning, maybe, if nothing happens, the last thing we can do before going to bed is do a little damage to that back door so that the next day we can open it.
It's very well done craftsmanship back there. Might take, solid effort.
It's some bars. I think we can just heat them, beat them, whatever we need to do.
So many things rhyme here.
It's that kind of town.
I'm gonna kind
Our
of
dad
spin behind me and kind of look around. Or does it look like there's good places for a stakeout?
There are a number of surrounding rooftops. If they are unoccupied, that would give you a number of decent vantage points. This is kind of an industrial portion of the district, and a lot of the buildings are, once again, built for function than display. And you figure there's probably, if you can get onto them, some decent places to keep a watch. Though once again, if you're on a rooftop, you are open season to anyone flying overhead.
They're full time, yeah? They're like day and night, 24 hours?
I mean, they keep watch, but it's not like you're under a police state, watching. It's they've had patrols, and if you were to keep watch for a while, you could probably pick up a pattern, but you haven't spent time on that.
And is ground level bare bones, or is there stuff around? Are there any kinds of crates or storage or anything outside of the warehouse?
There are a handful of pieces of crates. Most what is out in the middle of the alleyway here looks like it is partially discarded or abandoned, like supply crates that fell apart, lost their function, and nobody has taken the time to actually dispose of properly. So there are some places to hide, but nothing that's too intact necessarily.
Did you guys find a way in on the roof, did you say? Nothing.
No, just a new purse for her.
So
It was very bright, though. It was like, blinding.
So we want 2 teams, probably, front door, back door. Even if that door seems sealed, maybe it isn't for the right people. Watch both ways in, but both teams need to have communications. That's you, and that's you two.
It's the smart one. All right.
Born leader.
And then whoever sees something go down, reach out, and then we follow.
Sounds good.
Just gotta find a place to lay low.
Well, once the sun sets, I'm always a fan of laying high. Building across the way, you get up on the roof, bring a couple fucking liquor bottles, and people will just assume that you're trying to find a place to get drunk and, that you don't have a place to go.
Are there any sort of like food carts or restaurants or anything in this area, like somewhat nearby?
Oh yeah, there's not much in the way of like high dining necessarily, but there are small, hole in the wall food places and kind of small mini taverns that are pop-ups in the city, if you would. But no, just like in a number of carts that constantly shift and move. It's not that it's illegal to do any sort of street vending here, but based on the day of the week and based on the trends of business, they will shift to where the most workers and the most people are during that day and try and make the maximum amount of money. So it's not terribly crowded in this space right now, but there are a number of small street vendors. We can find some food. Drink will take a little more work, but not too much. You can spend a little bit of money and buy a bottle off of one of these hole-in-the-wall places in the next hour if you wanted.
What are you thinking?
Hungry? Try to blend in?
Well, we gotta pass the time until the sun goes down.
Oh, we could always, there's a lot of sewer systems around here, and I mean, Laudna and I have certainly had our experience with shade creepers. There's different types of entrances everywhere. I mean, I would love to look around the city and see, like, along the street if we can find any sewer entrances.
Make a history check for me.
Can
Come on.
Oh, no.
Guidance?
Sure.
Did shout it
okay.
before he rolled it if you want to take it. It's fine.
It doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't really
My
matter.
history is dog shit. and
Terrible
I
roll.
rolled shit. Yeah, no, 6.
6.
Balls.
So you haven't heard much about the structures of the sewage of the city. There are, places, like public rest stops where there are where people can publicly relieve themselves. There is no definitive sewer system beneath the city. There are a series of carved holes that all conjoin, and then at certain spaces at the bottom of each spire, there are exit portals.
Oh, gross.
There are certain areas around the base of the spire that people do not go.
Would I
And
know?
a lot of creatures do.
Oh, fucking foul.
Would I know if
Lobby's gonna be
there's a
there later.
similar, if the Lantern Spire has a similar thing to my home?
Very good.
Like a little bit of a underground community. Would I not know what was going on?
You would actually. The Lantern Spire, you would know of what is called Elder's Post.
Elder's Post?
Elder's Post is it's a number of residential subterranean tunnels that kind of weave through the mountain rock of the spire and all meet in this kind of weird, haphazard, almost spider filaments of tunnels. And in that space, a lot of people of different walks of life, everywhere from modest income to paupers, just all kind of commingle. And it's also the place where you can find goods that fell off carts, where you can find goods that may not have been legally acquired. It is often also raided by the wardens.
Sure. would I know where an entrance to this would be nearby?
You would know
or-
a few, yeah.
Is there anything? Would there be an entrance super close?
To where you are right now, I'd say within a 20-minute walk or so.
I mean, I got a place we could go pick up some stuff if anyone's interested. It's a little out of the way.
Stuff like items or food?
A little food, little booze. Maybe ask around a bit about contraband. See if anybody's got a line on anything.
I also have a thought. While we were in there, I heard Garudal thinking about the fact that they were going to be at the Dream Theater later on this evening. Now, what if a couple of us went to the Dream Theater and just happened to be, around Garudal, made friends, and we could find out a little bit more about the situation?
That's a good idea.
Wait a minute. Dream Theater.
Dream Theater's a
That's where your
Is Annie playing there tonight?
Aniata is playing or auditioning.
Oh, okay.
And I was hoping to audition for the Dream
Okay,
Theater.
that tonight or
Is practicing for the opportunity soon to audition. You didn't get a
okay,
specific
it wouldn't be
date, if I
tonight. All
recall.
right.
I'm dusting off my monologue.
Is it hard to get tickets to the Dream Theater, would I know?
You've never been?
So he was looking to audition.
No, this was Ashton's
it's a friend of ours.
is gonna audition.
Garudal has
but
tickets to the
Garudal
Dream
is gonna
Theater.
go see a show.
Yeah.
Is it hard to get tickets?
Depends on who's playing, to be honest. If it's a show no one wants to see, then no.
Just an idea.
I don't know who's playing tonight.
Well, the afternoon is growing later. The light in the sky begins to turn from a strong blue to the beginning stages of the coming sunset in the next 2 or so hours. What would you like to do to prepare?
If you want to go after the items, I don't mind staging a lookout across the street and just keeping an eye out.
All right, anybody want to go buy some shit? 20-minute walk, give or take.
What's there to buy?
Little food, little drink, and just, I don't know, see if anything shifty is run through this part of town.
Also, if we want to send a couple people to talk to this
Garudal.
we know where he's going to be.
That'll be
rare
after
opportunity.
sunset, though. That'll be later on this evening, I'm assuming, so.
I feel like we should just stay here and stake out.
All right. I'll take the back if you want to take the front.
Sure. Across the street?
I'll stay in the shade.
I'll take the back too, since if we
already
need to
have
hit a
an
door, I'll hit a door.
Now, here's a question, because you have thoughts about maybe someone coming up from underneath, right?
Yeah.
Do we want one of us
So nice.
inside?
I feel like one of us inside would be helpful, but you know, I had mentioned just staking out tonight and going in tomorrow. That's dumb. I mean, we can go in tonight if you want. I'm just a little distracted.
Are you having some anxiety? Do you want
could
to talk
call
about
it that? No, I would not like to, but yeah.
You just hear everything?
Sometimes, Fern.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to have a limited window. When the last person locks up for the evening, we have an opportunity to go in. We could make someone invisible. Vern could become a tiny crab and try to sneak by.
Or a mouse, or whatever it is. that you
Whatever's
try to-
indigenous to this area, I don't know if a crab is.
We could
They
try
might
to-
see it and try to kill me. Or cook me. You know, it's delicious.
All right.
I like this plan. I like what did you say? B and
B&E?
B&D. That's what you said.
Sure.
I think that's fun.
So who's in the back and who's in the front?
I can go in the back with Ashton.
We'll take the back.
I'll take the back.
Oh wait, we need to be in the back because
Right.
you're going to be in the front communicating? Sure. Are you going in? No.
I wasn't planning to, but I imagine Dorian here will be.
Yeah, I'll be in the front.
Are
as
you
well.
sneaky, Dorian?
Not particularly, but
Maybe you can make Orem here invisible. You know, he's
gonna
kind of
say-
small.
That's the way to do it.
It's not a bad idea.
You bitch.
don't want to go.
You take your ass
You're gonna do
inside.
some deception check, or you're gonna peek on my sheet.
All right. So what's the plan?
It's true. If you hit me, I can wait by the door for when
Yeah,
they
you can
close
go
up shop.
straight in. That's
feel like you
easier for
might
you to
be
sneak
the-
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if
I can hear you for 3 minutes once you're inside.
Orem, do you want to do this?
I think I should.
All right.
What are you going to be looking for when you're in there?
Somebody coming in from above or below, something we're not expecting.
Are there 2 floors in there? It looks really tall.
Oh, it was just a high ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
was that
it's,
sound?
it's about, say, 20 feet up.
Okay.
A little under 20 feet.
We are looking for floaty stuff, so that definitely opens up the options of where they could hide it.
Yeah. Plus, as long as you're invisible, you can hide behind one of those crates. I could barely see you behind those things.
Yeah. Just if somebody comes from a direction we're not expecting, how do I
Signal.
signal?
Knock
the
on the back
boxes.
door.
I can message you, at least let you know, and then you can message me back, and I can always communicate to Imogen.
Can you do that? Like regularly?
Yes.
Okay. Is it gonna be creepy?
That's up to your interpretation, darling.
It's gonna be creepy.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If things go real
Alright.
wrong, knock on the back door and we'll break in. Guns blazing. Boom, boom.
Was it?
We'll break in with. I've never seen it.
Ready, break.
Never
Go.
mind.
Here we go.
So
We
right
will
as it
kick
starts to
things
get
until we
dark,
get inside.
maybe we can wait until we see
Engage.
the door open before you turn him invisible, so we get the most amount of time out of it. You know?
I think they'll come out as a group together, and
Potentially, yeah.
that'll be the time.
All right, so the backdoor team's going to go in the back and just find somewhere to sit that looks not suspicious.
Backdoor team.
Backdoor team.
I literally am dressed as somebody who sits behind a warehouse and doesn't look suspicious.
Right.
I love it. So team
Like
back door.
Say team back door. Say team back door. Say yes. Say team back door.
So team back door. That's what we do. You all gather yourselves to peruse and hide towards the rear entrance of the facility. All right, I would like you all to make a stealth check as you just kind of keep yourselves somewhat subdued from the public.
It's done for the day.
It's done,
yeah.
skis. All right.
Oh, then can I guide this?
You can guide yourself or somebody
I'll
else.
guide myself for
Okay.
this. Because I think I get disadvantage.
Nope.
Right? For stealth?
Because of. Is there a D next to it?
Yep.
Then yeah.
I rolled a 1.
You molten?
No.
I did.
Rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oh,
And what'd you roll?
Oh,
I rolled an 8 for a 10 total.
yikes! You're the worst.
The fuck?
No, this is exactly what we want.
Yeah.
Wait, we're team
Now
backdoor.
I played D&D for 6 years.
I rolled
Not very
a
sneaky going through the
21.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay.
Got a
Oh,
6
you're
total.
team front door. Okay,
no, I'm
right.
team back door.
Oh, you're team
here.
back door as well. All right. We hide behind Fern.
It's just
I'm
me
gonna
back
sit-
here.
I'm just gonna sit by against. I'm not gonna try and hide. I'm just gonna sit
Right.
against the wall like an asshole.
Yeah. You all kind of gather yourself and
Just look natural.
yeah, pretty much. You try and remain natural and out of sight. And at one point, there is a late afternoon drunkard who is already clutching what looks like a green glass wine bottle in one hand and kind of sputters through and looks over at all of you. You want some?
Oh, I'll take a little bit.
Yep. Thank you.
After him.
Go. Go. What was it?
I don't know. Somebody gave it to me.
That's fucking cool. If you see them, say thanks.
I will.
You have a great night.
And then passes out.
Oh no.
Right there on the ground next to you.
I'm going to gently put them up against the wall with us.
Okay.
I raid his pockets.
Let's see what his inside's
Yes,
like.
let's. Fern and I, the inside of his pockets.
Turn him inside out.
His
Pockets,
pockets.
not
3 copper, half-eaten apple, and a bunch of dried grass.
And a bunch of poop.
You never take copper. You just never take copper. That's kicking someone while they're down.
Did you eat these?
I did. I'm not particularly in need. I think Ashton's right. We should put it back in their pocket.
You take silver if they're an
But
asshole,
one
and you
man's
take gold
copper
regardless.
is
Copper.
another
copper
man's
is just-
food.
That's just sad. You just got to put that back.
It
That's
is.
just so
That's
sad.
just
What are you
all
gonna do
that's
with 3
copper.
copper?
There are many uses for this copper.
This asshole needs it. I'm just saying. This asshole needs those 3 copper.
I just open his shirt and pour it down his shirt.
Yeah, no, I
Sure.
respect that. That's great.
All right. So you guys are posted up. Team front door?
Yeah.
Fronty.
Funny.
Team across the street.
Team missionary? Like, what do I call you? I don't know.
Team full frontal. Team full frontal.
Okay. All right.
Full frontal.
All right.
That's a good one.
All right. What are you all doing?
We're posted up, kind of. Is there another alleyway across the street, or is there anywhere we can hide across
I mean,
the street?
around the building, there are, the alley continues past the right and the left and splinters off into a number of other alleys. There are a few corners here. There aren't a lot of direct hiding spaces that aren't completely invisible from all perspectives from the front door. There's also, like you mentioned, rooftops, uncertain what's on them beyond the one that you guys already visited, but that is also an option. What are you looking at doing?
Well, hopefully we want a quick route for me once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once we start to see the door
Good
open,
to
so he
go.
can go.
They don't suspect us or anything. What if we just posted up at one of the food carts and pretended to be patrons and waited until they came out?
Well, if you're gonna to me, that's can be obvious.
Right.
Yeah, so we should hide in an alley or something, just out of sight for the moment, you know.
Okay.
As the sun gets lower in the sky, and you guys are figuring this out, you do notice that Karok leaves with like a sack over his shoulder and exits.
When he leaves, how does he just open the door and go and shut the door, or does he open the door for a moment, gather his shit, walk out?
He looks like he already has all his stuff and just exits and leaves. Door closes behind him.
Before I would have told you, he seems pretty innocent.
What were you saying to it?
Nothing. I was thinking.
Well, now that Carrick has left, maybe mean, I don't know. What do you think? Turn him invisible and then you can just be right next to the door. The minute it opens, you go on in.
Yeah, it's kind of gambling, but
He's quick. You duck in as soon as the next one comes out, or
Yeah.
when the last one comes out.
when anyone comes out. But
Yeah,
if we,
just to get in.
Yeah. What's the sun like right now?
Right now, the sky is starting to turn to that kind of like bright orange. You probably have another, I'd say 20 or so minutes.
20 minutes.
Oh.
That's if they all leave together.
Is there anyone walking down the street with like cloaks or any sort of more common fare than my duds?
Yeah, plenty of people. I mean, outside of the alley, yeah, like the main street, they're all.
Can I try and catch up with someone and offer them 2 silver for their shabby cloak?
Sure, yeah. You approach one young gentleman, looks like he's a courier of some kind. He has a what looks to be a paper wrapped package under his arm, and he's in a bit of a brusque.
Excuse me.
Hello?
I'm sorry. It's going to be a bit cold tonight. Would you take a few silver for your cloak? For an old man.
How many silver?
2, 3,
5,
4.
Make a persuasion check.
I love that this whole game is just slowly training.
Just get 50 gold, too.
14.
14 he goes. 4.
4 silver. Thank you.
Just continues running.
And I'll back up against the building and kind of throw it over my front and lean up like I'm sleeping like a drunk person against the edge of the thing, but it covers up all the poofs and ruffles.
It does. It does end at your knee. This gentleman is a little shorter than you, so it's a little small, but it works for what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's give it 10 more minutes.
We'll see who else comes out.
Yeah.
Otan leaves. Similar scenario. Drops this bag, picks it back up, reaches in his pocket and pulls out some sort of like a dried roll. It looks like it had some sort of a glaze on it, but it's kind of gotten a bit like lint and stuff from his pocket on it. He just kind of flicks it off, takes a bite, and just leaves.
Okay, I think this is the moment.
This is the move.
Come here.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna bring Ormo, and I'm gonna reach inside that sort of wing pauldron on the inside and just sort of pull out, and then I'm gonna pull out a little piece of gum. It's usually would be like whatever, but it's got an eyelash in it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm barely saying words. And I have it in my hand, and I'm just gonna walk up to Orm, and I'm just gonna tink it right on his little forehead, right between the eyes, and cast invisibility.
He's gone from sight.
Wow.
Still here.
That's a neat trick.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to tiptoe over to the building now.
Don't forget, Orm, if you attack anyone or cast a spell, you'll become visible again.
Just going in the door.
All right.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oh, if you can't see him.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well.
Yep.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll lose connection with you. I've got 3 minutes from here.
Oh, shit.
Before I can't talk to you anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it goes wrong, not the worst, but if I don't get in, I'll just come back.
Sure.
If you see the door open and 5 minutes goes by and you don't hear from me, I'm in there. Yeah, that'll work.
Sure.
Okay. Be careful, Orm.
Bye, guys.
You head up to the side of the door?
I'll wait like 5 feet to the left or the right of it.
Okay. Wait. 10 minutes. The light in the sky gets slightly darker and darker. The door opens up, and you see a black-scaled female dragonborn kind of step through with a large, like leather pouch and pack over, it looks almost like a hiking pack on her back. As she steps through, turns back. You got? And you hear from the inside, "Don't worry, I'll close up. I've got it." All right. Looks up at the sky. I hope I'm not gonna miss it. Turns and closes the door behind.
I soft foot my way towards that door as it's swinging shut.
Okay. You slip in, make a stealth check with advantage.
Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go, Daddy. Let's go.
Come on.
You can't fail.
Well,
No,
Don't
I
say that
did
out
not
loud.
fail at all. I did real well. That is a 23.
23.
Thank you, boy.
Unnoticed. It closes behind you. The interior is very dark. You see just the little bits of oil lanterns flickering on the 4 different corners of the interior chamber. Make a perception check.
Do you have dark vision?
No, happens do not, right? But I have a really good perception at advantage, so it would be a straight roll, maybe?
It would be a straight roll because you're in low light.
We said to the guy who can't see. Awesome.
Are you also like the only
15.
15. Okay, looking around, you hear footsteps. Quick ones.
Oh, shit.
More than one set or one?
Just a single
It's
set
her.
of lighter footsteps.
Right.
You glance
Dance.
as your eyes adjust, and you can see the far back of the chamber where you were all inspecting those tampered crates. You can now see Danas is currently setting the lids back on, looking inside, gathering things, rushes back kind of near where you are, looks around for a second, grabs some things, throws a scarf over around the shoulders and around the face, puts a hood up. You can see like kind of a jittery energy to her. She swallows hard, pulls out her keys, opens the door, steps out. Are you
staying in? Yeah.
Closes the door. You hear it lock. The rest of you who are outside, I would like you to make a stealth check for me. Make sure you are unseen.
On front door, full frontal?
Yep, full frontal. Go ahead and make a stealth check, please.
Full frontal.
18.
Oh, natural 20.
Sex.
A natural 20.
Sexy
six.
Sexy 6.
So as soon as you guys hear the door open again, you notice that Imogen's kind of like leaning a little far out, and you, Dory, grab her, pull her back. You guys watch as the door locks, and you can see that is goes and like pulls something out and unfurls, reads something in her pocket, looks off, and begins to make a very, very brisk run away from the warehouse.
We gotta follow her.
Who's following her?
I'm going.
Is he's by himself, like hiding?
No, I stood up. I'm not drunk anymore. We gotta go follow her.
Should we follow her?
Where? Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
Can you send your minds to the other?
Yeah, no, I'm saying it just to you. Should we follow her?
You two can go if you want. I'm not leaving my friend alone. I'm sorry. It's up to you, but I'm staying here.
We should follow her.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, we'll follow her.
Oh no.
So it's just the two of you?
Can you tell anybody else? Can't see anybody else. We're going.
I'll wait until Lana sends me a message and I'll let her know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Sidebar, as soon as Dennis leaves, before I lose all light completely, I'm going to move to the perimeter of the room and find some pool.
That is a note too. As Dennis leaves,
Yes.
they extinguish all the oil lanterns because there's no need to have open
Great.
flame burning within the warehouse.
So as soon as she's gone, I'm now
in
feeling my way to the side. I'm finding my way to the side of this warehouse and looking for boxes, and then like just sitting between the wall and crates and just trying to sit down and listen.
Okay.
Ooh, does it feel spooky?
In theory, you have like an adventurer's kit or something, right?
I could
You have
do
to
a
have a
torch,
lantern or
of course,
something.
but I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sitting in the darkness and listening with my keen ears.
You've got it.
Not my
Okay.
keen mind.
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I will.
You would have heard the door, like the series of doors opening and closing, opening and closing.
That's the right number.
How many was
Don't
that?
come back in 5 minutes.
not-
Okay.
I think 4.
That was
Let me check
four.
in with the front door team.
He's still with you.
All right.
I know.
How's all the people in the back?
My boy's there.
Oh, Imogen. How's it going?
Oh, God! Lana, there's people. Okay, Orem's inside.
I would know how many words I can say for this message.
Is this a message spell? Is this a 25
Yes, it
word?
is.
Message.
I would know.
Not sending
Message,
messages.
message doesn't really have a word limit.
It's not the
Okay.
same. It's not the same.
It's not a
It's
word,
not
there's
the
no word
same.
limit. It just says short.
Distances.
No, short message.
Oh, short
Yeah.
message.
We're chasing after Danis. Orm's inside. And Dorian is in the front. That's all I'm saying.
It's going great. They're chasing after Danis.
Oh.
Orem is inside. Dorian is in the front.
Send another message and ask who's chasing them and if they need any more help up there.
Oh, Imogen, who are you chasing? Do you need any help?
What's the range on message?
I know. 120 feet.
120.
So
Yeah,
it is
so-
Dunsky's.
Yeah. There's no response.
Reach in the first place.
Don't know. They're off living their best life.
Well, I will cast a message inside the building.
About to say.
too?
Yeah, except mine's slightly different. You'll just get a feeling of curiosity from your good old pal Fresh Cut Grass.
What? In the dark.
You basically feel like you're being watched then. Is that what that It's like suddenly you're in the dark feeling like you've been watched. That's terrible.
Curing us now.
I send a message to Orem.
Better.
Are you well?
Yes.
Is it fun?
Is it fun?
Is it fun? Is it fun?
Less and less so.
Ask them if he needs any help or anyone in there.
Do you need assistance?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm locked inside and I can't see shit. But I think this is the plan still. And don't worry, Dorian and Belle and Imogen are out front, so they've got me covered.
Oh, he's totally out of the loop. It's quite adorable.
Wait, what do you mean he's out of the loop if he's in there alone?
Oh, he thinks his friends are still waiting out front, but they're totally gone.
We are his friends.
Oh, are we friends?
Well, I don't know actually. Oh my God. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I kind of like
his friend.
This is at the very best of
You
this
are
point.
his friend.
Yes.
See?
Do you want to go up front and just check, or maybe I'll go with you? We can go check.
I'm gonna knock on the back door.
What?
No?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't
In the shadow darkness, after a stillness, you hear boom, boom, boom. A heavy.
I try just under the crack. I get down
There is
low.
no crack. It is sealed.
This back door has no crack.
Well played.
That's just right.
Yeah, well played.
I try to just get where I think the crack is. Orem, can you hear me through the door?
You hear this like high-pitched vibration.
Very
This
high passive perception.
How rusted are the bars on the back of the door?
it's intentionally
It's
prevented. Yeah, it's like practically welded.
Okay. Can you heat this stuff up? Maybe heat the door up.
You keep asking
yes,
if we
I
can
can.
heat things up.
Let's heat one of the bars up. See if we can't pull a few of these off.
Absolutely.
Wait, are we busting in?
Wait, are we going in? Are we going in?
I
Are we
don't know.
going
You
in?
seemed intent. We can try the. I mean, like I
I
don't
mean,
know
should
how.
we just let him do his thing?
Let him do
Do his thing. You know what? He's doing. He'll be fine.
That's worse.
All right. So,
Raising your fish there.
you currently sit in still darkness, blade drawn, facing some sort of metallic banging noise. Some of the crew is currently in the exterior of the back, debating on how to progress. Bertrand and Imogen, are you with them as well, Dorian, or are you staying there?
I am out front, pacing nervously.
All right.
Just-
As Bertrand, Bell, and Imogen have darted off into the Drusar setting evening in pursuit of Danas. And it's in the middle of this chaotic cluster that we'll pick up next week. Because it's getting late.
I'm gonna have anxiety for a week.
Good. Me too.
Never split the bye.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I shouldn't have gone.
Just leave it to myself. Somebody had to fucking come. Come on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm here for this.
Oh my
So
god.
we're gonna pick up in the middle of that clusterfuck next week.
Let's keep going for another 4 hours.
I love we have one person that's like, follow me, follow me, follow me, shifty, shifty, shifty. Doors, darkness.
Yeah, you were having like the worst out of body experience right now. You're in like a sensory deprivation chamber and just being tortured.
I'm at not scary farm right
It's so creepy.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pick up there next week. Thank you all so much for joining us. Happy Halloween. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.